everyone, and welcome to Arcane Focus D&D for session 19 of Trials of VinTear. This is a D&D actual play where it's safe to say that the summary currently, so far in the story, is down with the system. I think we're all in agreement with that. Sort of what we're at right now.
Mike is the system.
Exactly, down with the system. Me. Which means I am your DM, Mike. And joined with me are my amazing players. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. This is a pre-recorded episode, a pre-recorded video. This is important to know, especially if you're watching on Twitch. If you're going to chat to us, we are chatting with you, just not in real time. Keep that in mind. Also, don't forget to do the whole YouTube thing. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff. I realized that you should be saying this in YouTube videos, so here we go. Also, join us tomorrow for Short Rest. It's on YouTube as well. It's a nice summary, bite-sized summary of what we're doing at right now. But yeah, I don't really think I have a lot of announcements. When this comes out, we're already well within 2025. So who knows what the future holds for us.
Terrible thought.
But in the meantime, we should at least have some fun, party it up, and I will not ask our players here to roll a d20.
I don't know. That's not very fun of you.
Boys, girls, we all went to a party last night where you guys interrupted Yuka's get-together. You know, it all happened. You know, free drinks. Yeah, some arcane, displays, maybe even an after party. We don't know. You guys went to a restaurant. It all happened. Ooh la la. People's a mask, kinky. By the way, we have to get drinks up in here. Free drinks. We had people wearing masks of all different things on their faces. Some people had, wrenches. Some people had potions. Some people had balls. Colored balls on their faces. Very kinky. Well, if you were looking to be blinded by balls of light, colored balls, then check out Dakota Irish's color spray set. Command the arcane arts with an acrylic set with yellow lightning patterns lettering colored in red, blue, and white. And cup your set today and pop off with a discount. And use our promo code ArcaneFocusDND to get said discount. Thank you so much, Dakota Irish, for the discount.
You can't beat those balls.
Nope.
Sorry, Dakota Irish in advance.
So sorry.
Timely sips, timely.
I'm just sorry that I messed up the script. I'm not sorry for what I said. But yes, thank you so much, Dakota Irish. With all that said and done, you guys ready for a quick recap?
Yeah.
This is more of a montage list than it is a full recap, and I'll get to that reason just in a second. Our party jumps into action within Yuka's home as Phoenix steals or sneaks into the Dragonborn's office, only to see a strange hulking plant flesh monster speaking to it and causing it to step back in concern and confusion. However, not willing to stick around, she heads down to the second story and meets up with Legati, who's currently waiting to make a move as well. They discuss their options and confirming that his invisible servant was able to plant the arcane sheet successfully. All the while, Diva and Morse, who are on the first floor, sneak their way to the back of the house. And Diva's climbing onto the tree to make it to the third floor balcony and walks into the home's hallway, while the creature leaves from an adjacent door. Unfortunately, back on the second floor, Diva's attempt to climb the tree sways the branches and hits the window near Yuka, Cooley, and Arrow, and the rest of the partygoers, and Arrow keeping close with Yuka, run up the stairs with Legati and Phoenix hidden, only for the party people to see Diva watching the plant creature crouch down, sees the event happening. The creature itself jumps down and convinces Morse that this is Diva transformed by the now speeding down Cooley, who's now heard and seen the plant creature. This has been a confusing and convoluted moment, so I'm trying to my best to summarize it. So let's maybe, instead of going a play-by-play, let's just go bullet point by bullet point. Arrow threatens Yuka, only for him to fall back and cast Featherfall. Diva rushes after him as a werewolf, only to be stopped by some rushing party members, and then scared them to hell, and then pushed Yuka, or at least scared him into a panic room. Morris stopped coolly, barehanded, then single-handedly got thrust up into the air, and both Phoenix and Morris were able to track them down, both Cooley and this creature, keeping pace with it, only to see that the creature, once again, F's off with a transfer via plants. There were probably a lot more details that happened within this full party event. But on the very end of it, our party made it out with some paperwork in hand. And we are now going to, we actually had a little scene with the innkeeper, one Christophe Bourdon, exhausted from the events, as he was confirmed to be the plant monster, as he spoke with Legati about some of the documents they found and what Christophe's his own kind of goals were. But we're going to take a step back. This is an important note because we have Morris, Diva, Phoenix, and Arrow. You guys are still dressed to impress, currently at one of the fancy restaurants here in Outslock. Thick wooden frames painted in this forest green atop light wooding flooring with one brick accent wall. And in front of it is this gorgeous bar where there are a couple of bartenders of all types mixing and talking with our customer base. As we have an opportunity for you guys to order some fancy drinks, enjoy some of the atmosphere, and enjoy some well-cooked meals. A lot just happened. So, a question to you all is there anything you guys discuss? Or do you plan for anything? Is there anything that's on your mind right now? What are your thoughts about the party that just occurred?
I think Arrow at least will share with Diva and Moors and I guess also Phoenix, she wasn't there for the pitch. He'll recount Yuka's pitch for the Potter's Guild and like the whole having created the forward guard and all that. And like before, he's clinging to that idea of like, what the hell is up with this whole like resurrection control? Like that's some BS that like kind of fires him out a little bit.
Dia's gonna look at Arrow and be like, you could have just let me kill him. You would have had to come out of there eventually.
I mean, true, but by then we would have had the forward guard already here, and that would have been a big mess.
I don't like your logic, even though it's right.
I narrowly avoided going to jail with you. I'd rather just avoid the whole subject. I don't want to touch a prison again. I'm a sailor. I like to be free.
Fair enough.
I'm just mad that I thought that was Diva.
Which I still don't understand. What about this says plant?
Easy mistake. I'm gonna like gently pat Morris's shoulder.
I feel comforted, but also insulted at the same time.
I feel insulted.
No, I'm just saying, the timing of it all.
Look,
anyone could do that.
Magic things happen, and I saw Diva going in, and I saw that thing coming out, and we didn't know what we were getting into. I figured, oh, something bad happened. This went south real quick. So I thought it was Diva. I asked what they did to her, and who did this to her. And then that's when I got Cooley, and, well, rage took over at that point.
I'm going to make this very clear. I, Diva, rarely run from a battle or fight.
Not to mention, I kind of figured if you see a friend run in and some monster run out, the assumption should normally be that that monster killed your friend or something happened. I feel like normally it isn't assumed that they became a monster. Though to be fair, in your defense, Legati has changed to be a gnome, so strange things might happen.
Look, there's all manner of magic out in the world. I don't know if this thing was Diva turned against her will. I wasn't there, at least directly. I'm only going based off of, my wits, and my wits told me something bad happened, so,
Fair enough.
But back to your point, I don't get it. So they're trying to control their own. Trying to think of the words to put this. I don't know. I just feel like this. They're just one cog in a bigger problem. If that makes sense.
Could be. They certainly want control. That part I agree with wholeheartedly. Over everything, it seems. I mean, I always assumed, from the moment I encountered the concept of the forward guard, that they were just of the crown. I didn't realize some half-wit lawyer controlled them.
Well, surprises abound everywhere.
Phoenix is just swirling her cup, really wishing that she drank, but she doesn't. She's just staying quiet and listening.
Actually, I'm gonna say I take notice of this. I'm like, it tastes better in your mouth.
I'm good. Thanks. It's just water.
Okay, now you really are boring. Get something stronger, woman.
I'm only boring to you because I'm not your cup of tea.
I mean, you run really fast, and it's pretty when it runs. So it's completely, not my cup of tea.
Could we, not hit on each other for, just 1 minute, please?
Oh
And then
my
there's the
God,
six-pack.
Oh yeah, I'm in a fancy dress that's cropped.
I mean, the sight I'm seeing, but I respect boundaries. I look at Arrow.
That's her decision.
Hey!
Polly all the way.
I'm good. Just so we're clear.
You have been awfully quiet, though. What's on your mind?
Thinking. Obadiah never told me he was part of the forward guard. He left here, I guess, to retire. Never mentioned it, not once. You would think something like that, you would bring it up in 15 years.
I mean, not necessarily. Maybe he was just done with that part of his life. Maybe he did stuff he was ashamed of. Plus, when you trained with him, you were fairly young, right?
I've trained with him for the last, 10 years. Take that back, not 15. Yeah, last 10 years. He passed away roughly 3 months ago.
I mean, to me, it seemed obvious he just didn't want you to get caught up in it.
I think he wanted me to learn my lesson before I jumped into anything like that.
How did you discover that he was part of the forward guard?
She points to Moore's Joshua. He had the
photo, right?
Yeah, the card.
Just assumed you already knew by then.
No.
I'm sorry for your loss.
He never told me what he was a part of, even though I pestered him a lot about it. I just know he has kids and an ex-wife, and I need to go tell them that their father has passed away, because that's what I promised I would do. But in a weird way, I guess I should thank him. I got to leave the island. I've never done that before.
Take it you're not a fan?
That's a very simple way of putting it.
Hmm.
Let's just say if we ever visit, just walk ahead of me. You don't want to walk near me.
What do you mean?
They're not a fan of me. They literally call me an ill omen.
And
do you remember? Well, you two were in a rod, but she was an arrow. Do you remember when we were talking to the thespian and he said, I need a story, and I said we were enslaved by fire giants?
I do.
Well, my parents are human. They don't look like this.
Oh.
I'm the only one that looks like this. And I'm a sore reminder to everyone else of what that was like.
And I look like a demon. Okay. Where'd I get a badge?
I don't, and I've taken that lesson very early. And she's like, I think I've showed you what's on my back before. I think she just points to it. Like, I don't remember how the dress is cut. But you just see, like, not a full brand, but somebody looked like they attempted to brand her and didn't quite finish. I learned to stop being not friends, but in the way very young. That was done to me when I was like 4 or 5 because I was trying to talk to somebody else's kid because they were scared of me.
It's horrible.
That shouldn't have happened.
My parents tried. They tried a lot. My parents are one of the strongest people I know to have somebody that looks like this and have a whole island hate their daughter.
You didn't deserve that.
I don't think I deserved it, but there's a reason why I fear people more than I do monsters. Monsters do what they're programmed to do.
What was the name of this island? I could put it on like a list of places to burn.
It's already burned once. And burn. It's actually well traded
poetic.
now.
Poetic.
There's good parts to it. Just don't wander in the jungle by yourself. Definitely don't. But
I mean, to be fair, that just sounds like sound advice.
Not to wander into the forest, jungle.
if it was like a regular jungle, I think us as a group would be fine. When something is about has a 10-foot wingspan or 15-foot wingspan and sucks your bones out, it's a little much.
I mean, how's that different from the thing we're supposed to go to the forest to go find?
Oh, it's constant. Like, you don't go on the shore because there's lizards that spit acid to melt your skin. There's like some really pretty butterflies. If you touch them, you might die like an hour later. It's a lot. It's a lot. I really think Legati might like it.
Yeah, that sounds like a Legati place for sure. He might want to touch it and then catch it.
In that moment, Moore's wishes he could have covered Legati's ears.
Legati's not with you right
Legati's
now.
not
I
here.
was saying, I'm kind of sad Legati's not here. Poor little gnome turned to gas.
I would still try to cover his ears anyway. I don't want to take that chance.
You should have seen how he was while you both were in that rod. He seemed very tempted to eat some of the mutated creatures.
I mean, to be fair, we were both hungry, but then we made a good point about not doing that.
I would love to say that I wish I was there because the rod was a lot. I'm still confused by that rod.
I mean, I had a blast in that rod until someone decided to screw it up.
Someone decided to screw you, sir.
It was my kingdom.
Sure.
Hey, you took that away from me.
You don't strike me as the My Kingdom type, Moors.
When in Rome, I guess? Not like I had a choice. I don't know. It was a new experience. And it was interesting, to say the least. But at least the Legati's not here, so he doesn't get any ideas about going to that island. Wait, do you guys hear that?
We heard a little pitter-patter.
The spirit of Legati in gaseous form comes back.
Damn it!
We were just hovering the whole time. We thought it was steam off of our food. It's just Legati.
The gas just never went away. It's
Yeah.
this constant fog.
People are smoking inside, you know.
Moors, where in Mostad are you from?
DM help me. That is a great question that real life Moors cannot answer because
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I will double check because I always like to confirm. I think it was a city called Lulin that you are from. You are from the domain. I know that. I know that for sure. Let's see here. Oh no, you grew up in a city called Lawnwood, Lonwood, Lawnwood. But you were. That's sort of where you spent most of your sort of urchin life. But I would say you spent most of your life after being adopted. You grew up in Glixon Beach.
In the beach. It was a pretty beach.
Yeah, I heard you mention the Queen before. Not a fan, I take it.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Well, if you ever want to talk about it, I might have some information for you.
Noted. And I just like swig whatever I'm drinking down.
Well, if anything else needs to be said, feel free to jump in right now. But if anything, you guys finish up. Pay for your bill. I'm not going to charge you for this one, but able to.
Is this Legati's treat?
No, I think we paid
No,
for
it's
it.
my
I think we paid for it last time.
Okay.
My idea, not my coin. It's
I
different.
brought you to the place.
Yeah, 3 gold each, please.
Yeah.
For a meal and some drinks, it's not bad, you know. And you guys aren't splurging, so it's just like a drink if you want to have more, obviously. But in story, just 3 gold each, and make your way back to the Bordeaux. Legati, you just had a bit of a conversation with Christoph. I think where we left off was you are leaving Christoph in the back room just sort of to relax. You see that there's definitely some exhaustion coming from him. Assuming you're going back to the room.
Yeah, I'm done being outside tonight.
Yeah. Going upstairs, the rest of the party is able to knock on the door. And Legati's currently has, I think the scene we see you have is like a bunch of the paperwork and documents splayed out on a bed. And currently just sort of organizing and start to read each one. But yeah, you guys can look over the documents seen, and I can go over them again if you need it.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely bring everyone up to speed. I'd matter-of-factly say, innkeeper is a plant monster. Just going through, think about the takeaway. But yeah, DM if you want to recap the highlights of what we learned in the paperwork.
Yeah, there is correspondence. So what you learned from the correspondence section of notes is that Yuka found Volred, sort of snooping around within the Potter's Guild's HQ. So he was not invited. He was not inducted. He just sort of was smart enough, or at least lucky enough to locate it, stumbled upon it, and was then being used sort of as something in the back, in the back pocket in case they wanted to take their goals international. So kind of just had him on the side. There were some legal notes about after the sentencing, Volred was found guilty for the murder of forgetting his name. The owner of the Red Mall, I'll say that much. Francis Turner. Yeah. There were some special requests made by Yuka to have Volred have sort of a minimum sentencing for murder, and with the possibility of reducting that sentence even further, as well as to keep him very comfortable. He's currently under the special care of Warden Marbo St. Clair, who's the warden there. So he's getting a lot of special treatment. So he's in prison, but definitely being treated very nicely. The damning evidence that Arrow found was that there was some notation between Yuka and someone else about, hey, should we just cut him off? Like, should we just kill Volred? And they were like, well, we can't do it for a year because then it'd be suspicious, and then there's gonna be an investigation, and we don't need that. So they're waiting a minimum a year, and if they still need him, they'll keep him on their chain. If not, they plan on killing him. And there is some clear allegations of murder, sort of secret murder happening here. Something that is related to Christoph is he's mentioned it to at least to Legati, and Legati could share it to you guys, that he's looking for a shop, a sort of a pop-up shop called The Takeaway, and has not been able to find it for a few months because Yuka works with a lot of the Merchants Guild, has some documentation, and there's some, some like tech stuff that he's dealing with for the Merchants Guild, and learned that the pop-up shop called The Takeaway, they never saw it being taken down. So there's some assumption that it's still there, just hidden.
I think I talked to him about it when we first met.
And then the last thing was that, and this is sort of a small thing, at least for anyone else, but except for Legati, is that they are looking to do something that's called the Joint Quarry Project, which they are looking to sort of blow up and dig into the Shoulder Mountains, which is to the east, for more like fine precious material and stone and ore. But to Legati, you would know that there's some historic sites in there, something very tied to you and the Solal, and it could be damaged. So there's some danger there. And that's what you find.
Yeah, I fill everybody in on that, and then I am working on my letter that is going to be the expose on the Potter's Guild that I plan on. We had discussed me giving it to a newspaper on our way out of town. Mm-hmm. I do confirm that that's okay with everyone because everyone else was like spotted and known to be there. So I think they're more likely to assume it's one of you doing this revealing rather than Legati, because he did remain somewhat undercover the whole time, except for the dog, but
Go for it.
Excellent. Yes, it's for the best. The people deserve to know. I think we are all in agreement on that.
Okay. Anything else for the night?
I think Phoenix is going to go wander off to go find Kristoff.
Yeah, I think the last, location that Legati would have told you is like he's behind the counter, probably sleeping. There's no one manning the counter right now. So occasionally as you walk down and sort of look for the back door, someone will walk in, stand in the lobby like an awkward person would do and be like, I guess no one's here, and then just walk off, lost customer. But yeah, you knock on the back door behind the counter, and as you sort of make yourself known, you hear, hold on 1 second. And kind of a very tired, gruffed voice of Kristoff opens the door. You see bags underneath the eye. There is one little vein that's sort of, not vein, but a vine that is currently growing off the side of the eye that he's like rubbing furiously until he finally rips it out. He looks at you. Oh, hello. Yes. How can I help you?
Good to see you again.
Yeah. I was surprised to find your party with up in the Yuka's house. It's strange. I heard your voice, but I didn't see you.
I was invisible, thanks to Legati.
Oh, that makes sense. Please come in. Hey, water.
Are you okay?
Just tired.
She points to the eye when she says that.
It is it is exhausting, the shifts that I have. Yeah, it's tiring. No, this is not okay. This is it's getting worse.
They did that to you because you stole a trinket?
Oh, I'm guessing. When I was young, I had a very bad habit. It stuck with me, even to adult years, until it bit me quite hard some time ago. I was perusing shops, stuffing my pockets with knickknacks and random bits and bobs. Saw the takeaway. Thought it was interesting. Owner was busy helping customers, and I saw, some of those air plants, the ones you see in like the glass casings, the ones that are sort of hanging out on the ceiling. Figured one to look nice in my room. But yeah, I don't know who the owner was, but maybe they weren't happy that they did that.
Would you like some help with that? She points back to his eye.
Oh no, nice 2 hands.
Ugh.
It hurts every time.
Mm-hmm. I imagine so.
When I shift, I'm usually in a very lot of pain, and I'm kind of grumpy. Because, boy, you can only imagine. So apologies to you and your crew if I was ever like a rude or a curt, because it's hard to be chipper when you could feel your ribs being pulled aside.
Yeah, sorry for insulting you about your insides falling out.
Yeah, it's hard to defend yourself when it's actually happening.
I just wanted to make sure you're okay. And why is Cooley so adamant about kicking your butt? Just because of the way you look, or did you do something?
Well, the first time that I shifted, I was in a park, family around, little kids and things like that, and kind of scared a lot of people and made a bit of a ruckus. Got the attention of some of the forward guard, and Cooley's been on my ass ever since, calling me a bit of a menace. And I mean, in her point of view, I can't argue, but, what is the monster going to do?
Well, I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
No, I mean it. If they're supposed to be the protectors of the city, why can't they protect you too? Just because you look different? I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. You're slightly, don't take this the wrong way, terrifying when you look like that. But you're still a person, and that's not your fault.
My jaw splits from my chin here, so no, I get that it's a freaky look.
I didn't harm you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't harm me, neither did your the red friend with the horns. The shiny armor and all that.
Yeah. He means well. Most of the time. Confused, but means well.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure if you were okay. That was kind of a lot.
Certainly a lot.
I'll try and find the takeaway if I can. I don't know what their plans are, but if I can help, I'll try.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, more eyes. I've been doing this for a few months now, so it's hard to move around and not be seen like this. So having people who can move around for me is good.
Can't hurt to try.
Yeah.
She walks out. Goes back up to the group.
Anything else for tonight, guys? No? Well, a full night's rest is had, so you've haven't added to your sheet. Give yourself a long rest. I'm sure some spell slots are missing, some HP as well. Some abilities used. Morning comes, and the vines around the outer walls, sort of that seep in through the cracks of some of the windows and walls here, grow a little bit more wider, a bit more thick. But you guys come to consciousness. You do know that there is sort of a connected from a sky bridge that leads downward into sort of like a little an eatery space here in the Bordoon. You can have that. You can discuss it here in the room. But what is the plan for today?
So are we still trying to run out of town as fast as possible?
I think Legati's view is that it's not likely to be safe to be you guys not in disguise for very long in the city once the forward guard and or the Potters start spreading the word and looking around for the people that crashed their party or interfered with what they were doing. We might have time to do, a few things, of course. maybe just like wear a hood or something for a bit. I think Legati can wait until we are on our way out of town to do the letter thing, because that's going to make it worse. So if anybody has anything they want to do quick and incognito, then Legati can work on the letter. And I think our plan was to give a letter, like find a newspaper or someone who will spread the word that is trustworthy, give them the letter, visit Tavant, tell her what's up, and tell her that we dropped the paper that she wanted, and that we're going to go kill that thing and bring back its heart. And we're going to leave. So anybody wants to do anything before all that, go for it.
It's a hotel. If we wanted to get it sent out, couldn't we just use their type of mailing service just to have something going out from here?
It's not super reputable, though.
Yeah.
I would worry about someone tracing it back to the hotel as well, which has its own set of problems. I'd rather hand deliver it somewhere.
Fair enough.
Well, you know this place better than the rest of us, so we'll trust your word.
Legati, have you ever heard of the takeaway before?
I don't think so. I think I would have that would have
Yeah.
pinged if it happened.
It's a
when he
small,
told
like,
me.
as far as the information you were given, it's like it was a pop-up shop, and there are many people who try to attempt to create their own businesses. So, one of many names, it doesn't really stick.
I told him I'd try and find it. I feel bad for him.
Yes, I do think he deserves our assistance when we are able to provide it.
I mean, there was that time he took out that drunk dude in the alley.
What?
I'm sure it was nothing.
Diva, do you only smell like perfume and blood, or like if that thing he took from the takeaway, if it had a particular scent on it, do you think you could track it?
I can possibly track it. It's mostly I could pick up undead things. I don't know. It's the trait that comes with it, but I can try. DM, I can roll for it.
Yeah, we can. You guys can finish up here, and if you want to go straight to the marketplace, we can definitely have you like. I'm just trying to think.
I mean, we could do it later. It was just more of like a thought, if that was even a possibility.
I mean, it is definitely a possibility, but I think the problem is that you probably need something from the takeaway.
No, that's why I'm saying the little thing he stole.
Oh, I think he still has the glass vial, but you get the impression that whatever that plant was is now inside him.
Ew. Maybe you smell him.
I mean, if he lets me, I'll smell him.
You go downstairs and ask?
Hey, can I smell you?
I mean, we all have to eat, and we also kind of listened into the crowd to see if any type of wordage has picked up yet. So, breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So glad to be back in normal clothes.
I mean, you looked good in that dress.
You did.
Thank you. I hate those fucking heels, so they're so damn loud.
Everyone roll me a perception check. Shit, all right, one die.
My pound of dice.
Doesn't have to be all of them.
18.
Or
18 is really
disadvantage
good.
for me?
You're indoors.
Okay, so
Yeah.
11.
11. All right.
19.
18, 18, 19, 11,
17.
17. Wow. All right.
A measly 11.
Easy 11. Hey,
You're
we're.
with me, dog!
I'm hungry.
It's been a while since we've had this many sort of offset numbers. So we have 3 successes and 2 failures, but a group check, that's success. Yeah, I think as you're having breakfast, there's not a lot of chatter about last night's events, mainly because you are in the stones, in the stone area. You're not in the Emerald Strip, but near the end of sort of your meal here, you do hear there is some soft chatter. Not a lot, just soft chatter of, and it's not detailed. It's very much of, hey, have you heard about, like, my aunt had, heard that there was such ruckus happening on this street, and you would assume that to be like Yuka's street. There was a couple of guards coming in there. One of someone walked out in their robe, like sort of coming out concerned. A bunch of like neighbors, people were walking outwards and just sort of looking at this one house. And you get a sense with a group success that it hasn't reached newsworthy ears. So I think the fact that like Legati has written down a lot of the details and information is going to be fresh news to anyone who might be interested in hearing this sort of gossip. But yeah, right now it's in the early stages of just a person by person chatter.
Audibly, I say, I'd love to think that Yuka's still in his panic room, because that brings me great joy. But I doubt it.
But eventually, and I think this is for you, Diva, because you had, at least want to attempt this. Looking a little bit more rested, Kristoff comes out of the room, sort of walks across and sort of sees you guys. He kind of stands over you at your table as you're eating and goes, "Oh, good morning. I just wanted to thank you again for not killing me or hurting me. That was very nice of you all. Also for more paperwork and letting me get out of that. That was nice.
How you feeling?
Way better. Needed the rest. Definitely feeling better. Need some more water. I looks over to you, Legati, and goes, "I'm not sure if you still want to participate in maybe getting a group of other guild leaders and other participants who aren't quite happy with Yuka."
I think that would be a wise move to make. I plan on getting the word out through newsletter today about getting the information about the Potters Guild out in the open. And I imagine that would be a good way to inspire people to look for a way to form their own sort of group to take control a little bit.
Yeah. I don't like secrets, and if he's holding a big secret over everyone, I don't like that. It's not good.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully we have a louder voice.
Mm-hmm.
Or just friends. That'd be nice too. Well, I just wanted to thank you all. If you need the room for longer than you paid for, I'll have the room for you.
I was told I was supposed to smell you.
There's questions.
I think she's got a good sense of smell, and I was thinking maybe if she smelled you, she might be able to track down the takeaway.
Thank you for telling me that, frozen lady.
Yeah, I know. You didn't plug in the Ethernet cord.
Oh,
so
that is my fault.
It's really the DM's fault.
That is the DM's fault.
Because I'm hoping I don't screw up the camera.
Okay. You look very angry at me. Stop staring at me like that, Phoenix. I'd appreciate if you have a kinder demeanor.
No, I don't want to.
Phoenix so did not appreciate that question or statement.
I mean, if it helps you find out the takeaway, that'd be great.
How about you tell me about the takeaway first? What do you remember about it? Sight,
that works.
smells,
Oh, yeah.
sounds,
It
taste.
Taste? I mean, I didn't lick the tenting, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, but what did the air taste like? Was it thick? Was it heavy? Was it warm? Details.
No, yeah, the details. It was a purple coated.
It kicked me out.
Uh-oh. We'll pause. We'll do a quick pause.
I think I'm going to be blue again.
Oh, you're going to be blue again?
We can fix blue.
Yeah, we can always fix blue.
I was like, why is it so slow? And then I realized you didn't plug in the Ethernet cord.
Do you turn on your cam?
Hold on, because everything's going like dots. Yep, I'm blue.
Hello? She's in the ethereal? Come back?
I'm a Oompa Loompa. Or not Oompa Loompa, I'm a blueberry.
Violet.
Yeah.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Oh shit! I think it undid my Bluetooth. Hold on.
All right. Do you need more time?
Somebody else say something other than Mike.
Hi, how are
Nope.
Something other than Mike.
Hold on.
you? She smiles. I think she hears us. Maybe not.
Hello?
Here, do you know how to fix that, Amber?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
disconnected
just
it.
bio break for a hot second.
Go for it.
I just have to
Right
remember
then,
which
me
one
too.
it is.
Be right back.
Yeah.
I think it worked.
Hello?
Hi.
Nope, I can hear you through Mike's audio. Why?
Oh.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Titan, I keep seeing you cough. I keep like a whole thing of cough drops. I wish I could just send them through the screen.
Oh, thank you. I'm good, I'm good.
Is it just a code, or did you get the vid?
No idea. Again, like, I left my house once in, like, the past week or more. Like, firmly left the house, so I'm like, oh, it has to have been from that, but... That could be anything, because my friend
I'm
wasn't
good.
sick when
I
I
fixed
took
it.
him out, so...
It's like tea, honey.
Ginger.
Sorry.
Ginger.
That bit of just drinking a bunch of water is it backed on me.
I
All
gave
right.
you a giant cup of coffee. This was bound to happen.
All right. Right. Okay. You were sniffing him. Got it.
Well, I asked you for descriptions of all the senses. He did not appreciate the taste one, apparently.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Descriptions of the takeaway. Yes, it is a purple tarped sort of tent shop, circular in design. It had a centralized sort of like almost like a ringed table with wares on it. So like it had like one of those flaps where you can enter inside and sort of do a full 360. He'll describe sort of the design of it. It had on the outer walls where the tarp has sort of been nailed down to the ground. There were like, you know, tables and displays of like knickknacks, like small little bits and bobs, a lot of like small antiques. I'm gonna ask you to roll me a history check, and because of what you are, with advantage. There were hanging plants off the ceiling, sort of about eye level.
History. That's going to be a 19.
19. As he starts to get into a descriptor of the owner, he's like, it was a nice old lady, white hair, there's pointed ears, was a bit of a humpback, kind of like the old ladies, the ones who don't really take care of themselves, kind of like a rocking chair type of person. You are getting more and more of like a fey essence.
Hand. Isaac said,
You are a very interesting person.
Oh, don't worry.
I should have
she's
warned
on the
you.
fourth floor.
thank you.
I'm not
And
judging.
then I'm assuming where I picked up Faye.
Yeah, and I'll say with that sort of investigation, sort of that knowledge, there definitely is a hint of fey.
There's Faye magic abound.
Oh, did I steal from Trickster?
Possibly.
Or something worse.
Why happened to me?
Did you fall for pretty eyes?
I fell for pretty plant. Listen, I like old ladies, but a little too much older than I was expecting, and I would be into it.
I think we can use this. I give him back his arm. Thank you.
Just leans over to whoever's like nearby. She smells very nice. Anyways, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy your breakfast.
I think we just made that guy's day.
I think I made him nervous.
Well, I mean, if some random person was like, hey, can I smell you? It's a little... It's a little much.
A very sensual person, Diva. I'm not surprised.
So, where to now? I don't have any errands to do.
The group.
Yeah.
The Grove.
The group.
Grip. Yeah.
Grip.
And then the news outlet on the way out.
That works for me.
Cool. And you guys, it's easy to find now that you know the way. You know, you've been there once before, especially with Legati, with almost like GPS in his mind. He already knows what alleyways to take, what turns to make. You start to once again go past numerous buildings and alleyways. Start to get really tight in. You have to almost like press against yourself against a wall as like a small carriage holding hay and sort of feed for animals just sort of rush past you, and you're just, a lot of it is acknowledgement, but never, you don't really have to say hi to anyone. Passing through the numerous little garden areas, you finally get to that larger garden space where it splits off into like 5 different alleyways. The same garden area where the smoke and the attack happened. Looks semi-undisturbed. Like they did as much investigation they could in the space and had opened it back up for the public to use. But less people here now. And off to the corner, the grip. It can be seen once again, sort of the sign next to the door, opening it up. The bell rings. And you are once again greeted by this antique shop with all these little fine displays, glass counters, holding old toys and old furniture and a lot of like very like all grandmother stuff, all the stuff here, like quilts and blankets and things like that. It still smells of hookah as already leaning against the counter, not even the back room, taking a puff, looks up and you see this Bengal tiger. You see Tavant. Oh, hello there. Come to shop my wares? And looks to you, Morse. Paying for them this time, perhaps?
We'll see.
You're a cheeky one. Don't like cheekies.
Well, we have news, actually. I think. Right, Legati, you managed to slip the paper?
Yes. Have you happened to hear anything about what may have happened at Yuka's party last night?
Ooh, my ears stay low to the ground, and the chatter happened in the hotspot, or passed along. Seems that, from my understanding, an unfortunate attack happened at the port prosecutor's home. And it sounds like perhaps the recklessness came with some positive results.
I would call the recklessness itself the positive results. I think we came out of that with just about everything we could have hoped for. Your paper has been placed in his study, right by a chair that he likely often uses. And we learned a great deal about the Potters Guild, exactly what they do. I don't know. I don't want to tell you things you already know. You obviously are a well-informed person. But a Potter's Guild and their connection to the Forward Guard has been revealed to us in such detail that we now plan to go reveal it to a trustworthy newspaper, to get it out into public so that people can know and likely cause more distractions and problems for Yuka and his allies.
Honestly, I could not wish for anything more than just that. And since you've completed it, and thank you so much, brilliant, my dear. Contract complete. And holds out a hand for you to shake.
Yeah, I'll shake the hand.
Releases. Grand. Works out. Could definitely use that arcane slip.
Well, what of this creature that you saw flying over Outsmoke? That's our next heading, I believe.
Yes. Handing within the Handled Woods. Again, I've only seen it from afar. my assumption that there's something that... If my assumptions are correct, then I definitely want its heart. And they could be useful for enchantments, as well as my own wares. So yeah. I've seen it fly around a few times, then go down to the Handled Woods. I would recommend if you're going to try to find it there.
And if we bring you its heart, you'll let us into that side room of yours?
Oh yes. I have a few wares that I think a lot of you might find intriguing.
I'm already interested.
Grand. Perfect.
Well, if that's all you know, that's all the questions I had.
Of course.
Might be worth mentioning. I guess let's say, so the Potters Guild themselves, they seem to wield a fair bit of power, but like yourself, there are probably quite a few people across the city that, don't like them or haven't been invited to join them or will have reason to oppose them once this information is made public. We have been in talks with some people about, what sort of organization might form to be a counterweight to the Potters Guild. No pressure, but you would obviously be top of the list for someone we might want to have such a conversation with once the ball starts rolling.
You see she takes a big drag, releases a puff of smoke that almost like obscures her face for a hot second. Okay, so the Potters Guild is working with the Forward Guard, and they're definitely tilting, I'm assuming, some balances towards their own interests and goals. Which is why I just don't trust that fucking Dragonborn. But we have an idea maybe to oppose them on their own game, their own field.
Something like that, yeah. I wasn't my idea, but I do think it is a good one.
I think I can support that. I don't think I'd like to be the face behind it, but I think I could probably supply a few things, maybe sponsor in that direction.
Yes, I think first, getting this information to the public, see how people react. Let's make sure it's safe to be the face of such an organization, and then we can worry about that part.
Well, it certainly seems that you have a smart brain, smart mind in your head, so I'm not going to argue with your process. Seems pretty sound to me.
Thank you.
Is it currently just me who is interested in this counterweight?
Artie, is there any reason I wouldn't want to say the innkeeper? Is that being mean to him? It was his idea, and he's very enthusiastic about this. But,
I would want information close to the chest as possible, because remember, you're still dealing with the fiend.
Yeah.
Need to know information.
Then I'll tell her. It will be us. Obviously, we are involved in this, and there are other people I will need to. In the same token, I will not say your name to anyone you would not give me clear permission to. I would need to check with the others who might be involved. Maybe we can all come together and have a meeting and reveal our faces, not wear stupid idiot masks for the entire party.
With balls and tools on their heads, yeah.
I
Ridiculous.
like the mask, just we need better mask.
Mine is prettier.
I had a
than
whole
that
veil thing I paid money for, and it's unnecessary.
Yeah, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. Okay. Never my strong suit, but I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Ooh.
On my advantage, and my persuasion is +1, so that'll be a 21.
All right. That's a nat 20, though, yeah.
Yeah, nat 20.
She kind of nods for a bit. Okay. I appreciate the anonymity. So, yeah, considering I don't want to be the face, I would extend the same kindness towards others who wish to join this counterweight. I need a better name for it, though. Branding.
We're not the best at names, but
We can do
consider
better
it.
than the Potters Guild. Ligotti, come on.
Does your group have a name?
Work in progress.
We have so many names.
Yeah, we have so many that I forgot, but not the fire wolves. She looks at Diva.
Oh my god. Agents of Chaos didn't seem right at the gate, so...
No, I
Firewolves.
know. I was like, of all the ones.
I need to add a new one to the list too, because I'm going to sign the letter revealing this. I'm going to sign it as the Revelator, and so if we want to adopt that as our group name, possibly, I'll add it to the document.
You like V from Vendetta?
Yeah, kind of.
Revelation.
I'm revealing the big truth to the public. So
I'll have to go
it's
look
the
at our
Revelator.
chat of all those names again.
But
Yeah.
We had one that we kind of settled on, but I just don't remember what it is right now.
I have to go back and look.
I got them written down, so I'll drop them in the chat again. But yeah.
But I think Tavant definitely sort of nods, like if the fact that we're still in the early stages of this idea of sort of a counter voice, then yeah, I think it's safe to keep things private. The fact that you guys are sort of heading this project, sort of being the sphere of it, tip of the spear. Yeah, I think she's okay with that.
Good. Don't need to act it out, but when we were here last time, I got a glass vial kind of for free as part of like making a deal with her. I found out I actually need a crystal vial that's worth at least 300 gold. I'm happy to pay for it if she has such a thing here, but if she doesn't, I'll get it somewhere else.
I'll say with a nat 20, if you mention like there was some mistake, I got my components wrong.
I did more research, yeah.
Yeah, you did more research. I think she will allow you to have that for free, and she'll count it as I mentioned, I'm here I could provide support from behind, behind the group. So consider this my first proper investment.
I will remember the favor, and we will put it to good use. Thank you. All right, I'm all done here. If anybody else has anything else, but
No, because I think
continue-
Go ahead.
I continue to look around the shop, see if anything catches my fancy.
No new stock. The biggest thing was that piece of paper, and there is more stuff behind the counter, beyond the curtain that's behind Tavant. She's currently just standing in front of. Yeah, nothing really, unless there's like you could tell me as a player, is there anything antique-y like that you would like? If you were like, I want to find those metal signs that you find in antique centers. I mean, yeah, it's probably there.
Does she have any like loose chains, like for a necklace
Yeah,
or a cord?
yeah, loose like silver necklaces, like sort of the chain itself.
How much are those? Like if I just get a couple.
A silver
Yeah.
chain.
It doesn't have to be. It could just be like a rope cord for a necklace.
We could say 2 gold.
Okay.
Oh, there's something I can look for. Does she have any scents, like any incense or like any perfumes, any sort of fragrances anywhere in the shop?
Considering that she smokes a lot, there definitely is sometimes you have to air things out or freshen something up. Yeah, she has a full like cabinet full of incense, and it's like going to one of those small shops where it's like everything's in a line, everything's in one little jar with different scents. You got jasmine and like Egyptian cotton, and then you have something else, and then you have like blood moon, and there's a couple of different names for it.
Okay, so basically while all this is going on, I'd like to just be like smelling the scents.
Yeah.
Can we do a roll to see if there's a particular scent that catches my attention? I think a random would be best.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was like, we could choose a random one. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah, I'll roll a d20 flat, no buffs. That'll be a 18.
Mike, we
18.
can see your screen.
I know. I'm gonna go incense.
You can
Here,
go
I should-
pick one out
Random
of the
scent
jar.
generator.
Yeah,
Random scent generator.
I'm gonna
Good
do that.
job, Nick.
I got Tahitian vanilla on
There
mine.
you go.
I feel like Moors is that woman in the candle store that's taking all the freaking lids off, going, not that one, not that.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes.
Did she happen to have a 50 GP diamond?
I will check.
I love I did it. I got the purrs of a cat.
Whoa.
Not. I think she'll tell you not by itself. It's on a piece, but not a lot of eyes on it. So if you just need the diamond, then we can sell it that way.
That's all I need.
She'll provide a brooch. It's sort of like this rose gold brooch with the diamond in the middle. Has a bunch of like designs and etchings around it. Make it a really beautiful design. She goes, no one's in the market for old jewelry, so maybe just the components will be enough.
Yeah.
You just see with her hands just removes it.
Was this the beauty of the jewelry hurts, but I understand why.
It flicks it to you. You were looking for like 50 gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 50 gold.
Of course.
Is there any other antique jewelry before this one decides to destroy it?
Plenty. Come follow me.
That's not my intention.
Puts an arm around you, Diva, and shows you too, like all these little glass counters that just have rows and rows of like velvet, like pillowing and comfort, like it's like little display areas where, in contrast of the dark fabric, are these like bright gold, some of them silver, rose gold, some of them like have like this copper tinge to it, with numerous like sapphires and rubies and emeralds.
Ooh, what do you have that could go that would probably go lovely with this tattoo on my neck?
I'm thinking you already have a bit of the silver on your clothing, sort of on the lining. Considering it's a black tattoo, maybe something that pops above it. So something silver. I think that'd be nice.
Go on.
Isn't there a thing about werewolves and silver?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he's not doing it.
Good luck.
Wait,
Silver
there's...
colored.
I know I'd have to check something before we go that far because I was like, wait, I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but
Try it on. Try it
No,
on.
I think you can have. It's not. Maybe it's mithril, but
it's not full.
and
Like
I think stuff does happen.
if that's the case, how about something in the more steel Tuscan nature?
I have that. Sure.
Allergy.
Yes. I have a metal allergy. Better yet, no silver, gold.
Gold? Sure.
Yes.
Diva, roll me an insight check.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I
Lord.
like that shit.
I think that's a flat 17. Hold on, let me double check.
She wants her allergic reaction.
Oh, that's plus 2. 19.
19. Oh, wow. There was a look of excitement when you were like, yeah, I want to try silver. You know, some like white metal. There is something about this bangled tiger saleswoman who, there's like this gleam in her eye where she was, when she first met you all, was like sussing out details.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a chance that after your fight, there was like some knowledge learned about, because you had to cut yourself, so there's a lot of like blood in the air. This person may have found, or at least has a notion that you might be someone who can transform, and just there's a look of disappointment of, damn, I really wanted to see what would happen. But
Stir the
acknowledges it,
chaos pot.
brings you a little bit of the gold.
Through the Hunter's Bane, would I have caught on that she's a fiend?
Oh yes, yeah.
I'm a lot like, huh? You were going to sell me that silver, weren't you? And that don't you?
to answer the second question first, I have a inkling. And to answer the first question, you were going to buy it.
Yeah, but you don't know for what. And I have
You're right.
a lapse of judgment for pretty things.
You're right. I don't know what you're going to do with it. You just asked what looked nice on your chest. So I figured it was for you.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from from a fiend, especially a pretty one.
Thank you.
Let's not antagonize our patron.
What? I still like pretty
Same.
things.
You can certainly count me as a fan. And sort
See?
of puts a claw across the chest a little bit. Towards the tattoo of Rakdos. A lot of fun can be had.
If I wasn't with other people, I don't want to scare them yet.
Very fair. Gold it is, though.
Yes.
Gold is fine. And presents a few bracelets, a couple of necklaces, earrings, big hooped ones too. It does kind of clash, like it's the only gold on you. It's like
The vibe. I'm not feeling the vibe, unfortunately. I'll leave it be.
We'll find alternatives. I'll look around. But anything else happening here in the grip? Okay. We will then take a quick break. We'll rejoin you guys as you head out the city northwards. I'm assuming towards the Handled Woods, as well as slipping some details and documentation to one of the local town criers or one of the kind of like the newspaper section here. So we'll see you guys then in a bit. Bye. And we're back. Right now, you guys have finished talking to Tavant from the Grip, getting some more, sharing some more details, as well as confirming the placement of that arcane sigil upon that slip of paper.
Did Moors want to do something to make this lady angry?
Oh yeah,
Right.
your incense.
Yeah.
Smells or something?
What did we result in terms of the incense that we found?
Tahitian vanilla.
Tahitian vanilla?
Vanilla.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna say something to the effect of, I'm gonna ask the price of the vanilla if she has it, and if she does, I'm gonna say, I have this pesky friend who likes to pop by unannounced, and they smell foul. Like I'm talking putrid, acrid, like sulfur smell, and I need to do something about it because it's just so unpleasant.
Moors, we know that you're talking about yourself. Let's just get a move on, all right? If you need the scent for yourself, fine, I'll pay for it. But let's just hurry this along.
Not know what a bath is?
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay, now Phoenix pats arrow on the back.
Wait, I didn't actually hear you roll. What now? Sorry.
Persuasion.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
With disadvantage, though.
Disadvantage.
I seem to be hitting a lot of 4s, and that concerns me. That will be a 7.
7. Maybe you want to take a few. Just walk out,
You know what? I am better than that. I have plenty of money. I'll just find another place. Thank you for your help, though.
Maybe, Lagati, when it comes to this counterweight, you want to trim some of the fat.
Gaudy's
How
just like
much was
standing
the-
there. Yeah. Big smiles under his big hat.
I think we
I
have
think
a
you smell
letter to deliver.
wonderfully. We should go.
Yeah, we have.
We're all
We're on a
united.
conference, everyone.
We all hate Yuka. Okay? And let's just keep our eyes on the prize. That there are worse assholes out there than in here.
He's not wrong.
I give
And
her
let's
3
go.
gold.
Yeah.
Grand.
I'll take the incense. I like to burn things. We need to go.
And you guys leave. Still that
As we're walking
electric
out-
tension.
Yeah, we don't
as
need
we're
to
walking
bring
out-
Moors every time we visit this lady. Maybe I don't.
I'm gonna
Mors,
clock it.
Diva, you two cannot keep antagonizing her like this. It's
I
going to get us in
tried.
trouble.
I wasn't antagonizing her. I was about to
You
have a
called
good
her a
time.
fiend.
And
How is that is inherently antagonistic.
It isn't if it's a fact.
Technically, yeah.
What are you talking about?
and also, did you not get to see the response I got?
I mean, fair. I'm just saying we're walking on thin ice, especially with you. Points at Moors.
Look, all I'm saying is one of these days, sooner or later, I'm gonna clock her. I'm gonna clock it. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Her. She's giving us money. I don't know how many jobs you two have attended on your own as
Excuse
independents.
you.
I'm sure you have, Diva. More specifically, you do not bite the hand that feeds you.
Yes, you
She's
do.
giving us
actually.
money.
Yes, you do, actually.
Unless that hand is attached to something more than what it seems.
What are you two talking about? She's just.
Oh, you
Oh,
sweet
shit.
summer child.
Phoenix grabs Arrow by the shoulders. She's just trying to get some. Moors is just being an idiot. That's
I
what
just look
that
at
is.
more.
is.
I realized we haven't had this conversation. You caught it too, then. But they. Oh.
No, I don't care what she is. Maybe don't steal from her. Somebody that is far more powerful than you that can kill you.
I like her enough not to steal from her, but it's all in good fun, and I think she knows that.
I don't think
No.
she knows that with him.
Mm-mm.
Clearly.
We know each other on a much more intimate level, let's say.
Good.
I think
You
we
can
can
stay
do that.
home next time, and Legati can come do his thing because he's really good at the talking and the brains part, and we cannot break anything while we're here.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say no to kicking back at home.
Anyways,
I
Our
just
party-
feel Legati's judgment on this through his hat.
Legati thinks that Moors is romantically involved with her because of the intimate connection.
yeah.
He's not going to ask about
it's like
it.
your ex or something.
Is that what happened when you weren't at that fight?
Yeah,
were in
and I
there
was
and-
having the
Is
same
that
thought.
where you
Or
went?
something, but he's not saying this.
I'm like, is
Yeah.
that where you went? Why was I not invited?
Intimate connection. Okay. Yeah.
Ugh.
To the newspaper. Or
To the
whatever
newspaper,
the
to the
equivalent
town
is
crier.
Or newspaper.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
there,
there a newspaper in this town?
here. Yeah. What's my best bet here?
yeah, there is sort of like a publishing house situation where there are, like there are standard printing press machines that are like all hand cranked machines, filled with ink, printing them on newspapers out here. They also do employ a lot of the town criers who go out and actually read out the news, sort of hitting out the headlines, letting people buy actually, enticing them enough where they actually buy the prints. And yeah, I think Legati, since you live here, you are a person who probably studied and as well as read a lot of the newspaper. Here, definitely a more readed folk. Where you can find it. It's definitely kind of northwards where the market center is. So heading in that direction.
Yeah. Some distance away from that, I will excuse myself from the group because it's probably not best if any of them are seen walking there. I want to step out of sight and use alter self on myself. So I want to look like a female dwarf with green hair. So if anyone describes who dropped off this letter, it will not be a gnome guy.
I'm writing that down.
Above table, it would be hilarious if you looked like Yuko while you delivered this.
I can't be that tall. That's my problem being a gnome with alter self, is I gotta stick like a smaller size. So I'm even a small dwarf, but
Yeah.
Darn.
I can make that stick.
You could definitely meet like one of the clerks here, transatlantic attitude and accent, like, "Hello, what can I get you for? Do you have news for last?"
Yeah.
type of situation. And
Says, I've been paid to deliver this very important letter about recent events in town. So I will just hand this over. Thank you very much, and I want to leave.
okay, yeah, you leave.
I leave. Okay, so the deal is, the letter I'm going to use a phrase from Thomas Legati. Starts off, exclamation point, "Behind the scenes of life, there is something pernicious that makes a nightmare of our world. And then I go in and describe everything I know about the Potter's Guild, casting them in a very negative light. Everything is like, it's malicious what they're doing. It's malicious. It's dishonest. Explain their connection to the Forward Guard. I don't mention Volred specifically. I say they're manipulating the legal system according to their whims. I name Yuka and the woman from the university. I think those are the only two I know are in the group.
Sharon and Yuka.
Yeah. I also tell the newspaper at the end, after I sign it, The Revelator. That's the name I put on this. I say, please note, this information has also been given to other sources. If you do not publish it first and get the credit, it will get out there other ways.
Ooh, we're going to have a full TMZ moment.
Yeah, because Diva had a very good suggestion. I'm not sure if we were recording or not, but that I should also give a copy of this information to the local, like, town drunk. Is it a specific person, somebody we encountered on that first day, or is it just
The guy
anybody?
the plant monster attacked?
I mean, I want to find on my way out a gossipy drunk and give him a Cliff's Notes version of this and tell him it's going to be in the newspaper. Tell your friends.
I'm like, I say we just go to the bar and just find like the most talkative drunk we find
Yeah.
and offer him something to drink.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that as the dwarf woman on our way out of town.
I was gonna say that bartender knows everybody. Can't think
Yeah,
of
I don't
it.
want it to be anything that like we're actually connected to, though. I don't want it to be like traceable back to us easy.
Yeah.
I've been
The
thinking
hot-
about this a bit about like why Legati is doing this, because we covered it. It's like I don't like Yuka. Morally, beyond that, I don't super care about this organization other than they're shady and all that. But thinking it over, like Legati's biggest motivation is like big truths. Like he doesn't care about lying or deception on like a personal basis. We've established that. But when it comes to big things like the Salal, or like who makes decisions about the heroes that have a big influence on people's lives, his motivation, what he believes is that information should just be out in the public. Everybody should know whether it upsets people or not. He can't exactly just put the Salal in the newspaper, like people won't believe it. But in this case, there's like this other secret force under the surface of reality that's been influencing people's lives. In this case, it's the Potter's Guild.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, this is good practice for the Salal. We'll
Yeah.
prime the pump. People will like be ready to believe the Salal once it's time, because yeah, there's all kinds of big conspiracies and hidden truths in life. Sure. So that's my motivation.
I think at the hot spot, as you're trying to find like a local drunk or someone who's gossip enough to, someone
Yep.
who has such a strong connection to community, who could spread out the word and it starts to spread. I think easy enough, and this sort of fits because you were also a dwarf. You meet Joe Cass and Lucas, the two dwarven folk that you met when you first entered in Outlaw.
Yeah.
The ones who were like, yeah, we got to make sure that the community, we have to help each other. It's all about how we help each other, help the
Exactly.
community.
They're perfect. Yeah. Then yeah, I say I can't talk. This is very important. Here's some very crucial information I've been asked to give you. It will be in the newspaper soon, but I think you should review it, consider it, tell everyone you know. And I try to just hand it over and then leave.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of like, yeah, all right, thanks, appreciate it. Is it bad?
Yeah.
Bye. What do you?
All right.
And they start to
dwarf
talk.
lady.
Yeah, they
leaves,
start talking
yeah.
to each other. And what the fuck was that about?
All right. Shall we? How far away are we going? I don't really want to have another wagon rental fiasco, but is it crazy that we're gonna try to walk to these woods?
It probably makes sense because it may take like a half day to get to actually the edge of the woods.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
And then from then on, it's going to be difficult for any kind of carriage situation to start trekking through thick, dense
Good.
trees and stuff like that.
I mean, I
we
can
might be
carry you,
blacklisted by
Legati.
the.
I need to run off
I'm
some
fine
steam
walking,
anyway.
yeah.
If I can carry Arrow, I can carry you.
I'm fine walking. I'll let you know if I get tired. But
So we're heading north.
yeah, everybody ready to leave? Let's get out of here. Let the news travel while we are not there to bear the brunt of it.
For the travel outside of city walls. Let's see here. You're going northwards within Outslaw, going past a lot of the central square area, past the stone steps, following the outer edge of the wall that surrounds Outslaw, going towards where it's considered the Faith District, which is actually outside of the city walls, which has all these large cathedrals and chapels and churches, all of them that have different iconography of different gods, all separate. But out here, so it's sort of almost overseen by a lot of it has this beautiful view of all of the farmlands that surround the northern part of Outslaw. But there is definitely a road that leads into the forest where you can assume lumberjacks and other folk who sort of go in there to get proper herbs or anything else that the forest can provide does. So there is a path that leads that way. Let me see here. So for the first half day of travel, let's see here. Arrow, why don't you roll me a d8?
A date?
Roll me a date!
Alright. That's a 7.
Yeah, you're kind of walking unimpeded, going past a lot of the farmland and gardens and spaces like that. You're everything smells a bit sweet. Sometimes it smells earthy as you run into a patch of vegetables. The farmland is just vast and wide. You run into livestock, so some of it smells a little bit. And as the tree line starts to come into view, because it is a half-day travel, full on 12 hours of walking, you see that the farmland starts to disperse. You're starting to get into more of a wildland, sort of just rough terrain space here. There does seem to be, as the path continues, a bit of an outcropping dirt path, almost circular, where there are numerous buggies and carriages, and there's a fire. There's strong people who are currently just sort of talking amongst themselves, relaxing. You can see sort of a lot of lumber next to them, so probably lumberjacks and woodsmen who just sort of here resting. During the half-day travel, you see that there are these sitting near the edge of the sort of where the split goes. Are these two jolly-faced women, human, one brown hair, other one blonde hair, sitting on what looks to be these large, almost lean-back chairs. They're leaning against what looks to be these makeshift, metallic drums. They sort of hammered them out and made them into these drums. Sees you guys walking, definitely sort of showing the signs of travel a little bit here. One of them goes, hey there, you walk for a bit, you want to stop in for a bit of a drink?
I glance about my party. Not opposed.
What was the question?
Buddy is not actually charismatic, so he's waiting for one of our
no.
charismatic people to take the lead.
What you got there?
Oh, with strongest moonshine you're gonna have ever here north of the equator.
It's kind of sus. Arrow, go get a glass.
Sure. I'll try some. I'll head over.
Wait,
I'm curious what you mean by strongest.
don't those come in jugs?
I mean, I'm assuming they're in the drum, so they're really in a port. But we'll see what
Homemade.
happens.
This woman
Exactly.
stands up, grabs a dented, semi-rusted copper cup, not copper, but metallic cup that looks like it's seen a few years. Grabs it and just ducks her hand along with the cup into the mixture, pulls out to the brim, filled with this crystal clear liquid. Hands it to you. Just sniffing it, just goes. You could just feel your entire body rich with it. Just, ooh, has an immediate reaction.
Perfect, I'll try some.
It is full on moonshine with a hint of apple. It definitely sort of burns the throat, but you've been on the sea for plenty of time. People have snuck in and brought in, illicit drink that keeps you warm at night. I think out of everyone here, you probably handle this a lot better than anyone else who can try it. Definitely kind of cuts the throat a little bit. You see the woman with blonde hair, the one that's been keeps sitting down. She claps. She goes, "Well, look at that! This one is able to handle it. Love it, love it." See, no one here tries it the first time and, well, stay standing. So, congrats to you, my sir.
No, I get it. You're right. Certainly strong.
Huh.
Well,
Diva,
I was just gonna say I have an idea.
Well, one, I was thinking about pouring some and like, may I just take some to go?
That.
oh yeah, if you want to take some to go, that's totally fine. Certainly, are you coming here just for the drink? Surely you're not going into the woods.
Actually, that's exactly where we're heading, and this sounds like a good time in the woods. I'd like take out the water skin and like puts it in the drum.
Actually, Arrow will join you on that. See that and be like,
Yeah.
ooh, not a bad
Phoenix wants to
idea."
do it for a different reason.
I love it. Yeah. Add more flavor to the drum.
Do you ladies just kind of like sell, strong alcohol to passerbyers?
Well, right now we're in the drafting phase of making our own stuff. Sharing it with some of the populace, what we can. Trying to get the concoction and the mixture just right, especially with a lot of the flavoring. We'll find the right twinge, and once we do, we'll see what we can do. We heard down in the Unity that they allow moonshine, so we don't have the funds yet to travel. So we're just getting our recipe perfected, and then we're gonna move on.
How much?
How much? Oh dear, we're not. Right now, we're just in the marketing phase. So you can go ahead and fill your water skins with it.
I
Yeah,
still
but-
hand her 3 gold.
Last matter,
Yeah,
thank
I'll
you so
also toss
much.
a couple.
Yeah,
Thank you so
me too.
much. I was gonna
And
help out the travels.
I'm like, not to be rude, I just take the tiniest of sips.
It's a good thing you're fire resistant. Burns the throat.
Oh.
You taste the apple though, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, the apple's interesting. Was it made with apples?
Well, you can't see it now because bottom of the drum's pretty deep and it's also pretty dark. It's kind of like that dark metal. She grabs a large wooden stick and just starts to swirl it around, and now starting to rise as it sort of settled on the bottom is just apple cores and apple peelings and things like that just sort of been sitting in here. And he goes, yep. Gives it a nice flavor, that one.
It does. I'm sure you'll make it to the Unity. They're
Oh.
quite fond of things like this.
I love it. Yeah. Well, no, I was asking if you certainly were just coming down here just to check out the sights. Hopefully you weren't going to the woods. No one goes that far. Are you just going to the edge of the tree line?
No, ma'am, we're going
Taking a
as far as
stroll.
we need to.
Shit, man. Crown rules say that we can't go down there. Something with the soil.
Rules, mules.
Wait, don't we have permission to do that? The soil thing,
We
or
were
is that new
hired.
information to us?
Oh, they don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my whole thing is just like, I don't care about the rules.
Yeah, we were hired.
Oh, you're right. Well, that's going to be mighty helpful. A lot of us here, motions to the burly men and women here back there. A lot of us lumber folk would love to head deeper into the forest, remove all those older trees so that younger ones can grow. But I don't know. We've been unable to do so for a few years. So, a bit of a shame.
Have you had any issues with a flying creature lately?
Oh, it's a white one. We've seen it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a bird, big burly bird, I think. I don't know. It's
Is it white?
yeah. Shines a lot. It's easier to see at night.
Huh, good to know. When was the last time you saw it?
About a fortnight now.
Huh.
I'm not always looking up in
Thank
the sky, but that was the last time I saw it.
But you've seen it multiple times. Is it like a frequent flyer? Or...
For a few months now, yeah. A bit of a frequent flyer. But no, it's there. I know that much. It goes deeper into the woods, so maybe it is good that we don't go that deep.
Out of curiosity, do you notice anything that happens when it comes around? Like, does it make big noise? Does it only come out on a certain day, certain time of night? If there's livestock?
It's kind of followed by a flock of other white birds. And they're tiny, they're small ones.
Like the flock follows it?
Yeah. It's a big flying thing that goes into the forest, and it's followed by little smaller white birds. And I'm assuming it's a big bird, because what else could fly like that?
Right. Well, you've been incredibly helpful, both for your
thank you.
tales and also your moonshine.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. And one thing I would recommend, if you're going to go deeper into those woods, it gets really hot. You know, it gets really, really hot. There was a fire there 30 years back, so, luckily the sea spray further north sprays it down, but it's humid, it's hot, it's muggy. So, just be aware.
Shouldn't be
Thanks
a
for that.
problem.
Oh, this one. You probably you live on fuel.
That's a good point. I kind of want to see you drink the moonshine, Phoenix. Would it go bigger?
That's why I filled the water skin with it. Something I need to try out.
I was half joking, but now I'm really intrigued.
We do have fire dancers at home, just I guess they're not keen if you look like a fire giant, but they do have something called the Fire Mother.
Well, in any case, thank you.
I enjoy your travels. Be safe.
Onwards.
Onward.
I'll carry on.
And yeah, you guys, it's not that long of a walk to actually get to the edge of the tree line of the woods. We see a scene of you guys going into the woods, past where there are a couple of trees that have been sort of chopped down. A lot of the front part of the woods has been sort of cleared a little bit. That's where a lot of the lumberjacks are pulling the wood out. And as you start to go further in, it definitely starts to kick up a little bit warmth. There's sort of a humid air to that. You can see, like, from this far, some of the trees are kind of sweating. Like, you can see a little bit like humidity starting to like bead out for those in heavy armor. So that'd be you, Morse. You are starting to feel a little bit of the warmth. It's not too much because you are also fire resistant, so it's not bothering you too much. But it's just the wet dampness is a little uncomfortable.
I don't like it.
Wonder
it's
how the rock this can't
it's a little
be.
icky.
I don't like it.
It's similar, something that you've experienced, Arrow, because out in the sea, sometimes you get like, rush of cool and sort of like fog along the surface of the ocean. So sometimes it's a little muddy, especially like midday. I think everyone kind of is dealing with this pretty well. Because I'm imagining you, Phoenix, you're also kind of fire resistant. A lot of the heat doesn't really fully bother you, sort of the temperature wise. Same thing with you, Phoenix. The only person who may be a little uncomfortable, just a little, is probably Legati. Just it's a little muddy.
Sure you don't want me to lift you?
I'm like, we could carry you through like this humid, swampy forest.
I've been traveling for a long time. I can handle things myself.
I could
Go ahead.
I could go into dog form and you could ride me for a while.
I think we've shot this idea around before.
Long pause as Legati considers.
I just realized how that sounded, but that for once that was not what I meant.
I thought that's what you
bookmark
meant the
that
last time.
as a possibility. No, Legati would be interested just because of the transformation for sure, but he'd probably get distracted. He's managing. He does have from the first thing we did, right? The sand nomad cold patch.
You do.
That I can, if I need to, expend a spell slot to keep the wearer comfortable and cool during hot conditions. Unless it's actually like going to harm me or I'm going to pass out or whatever, I won't use that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
It's just
maybe take the hat off, use my mage hand to fan myself with my hat in front of my face as we walk, stuff like that.
That's so rad. Night starts to come, and you've been passing through a couple of trees as the sun slowly starts to set, and you're starting to notice on a lot of the trees here that there are like little crystalline, like white crystals, like very tiny thin layers on the northern side of a lot of the trees here, and some of the rocky sort of protrusions from the ground. Yeah, and you can hear the sound of strange animals and birds calling out. But it is nighttime. Definitely need a place to at least camp out for the night.
Can I try and take a crystal off the tree?
Sure. It crumbles underneath your finger. Like, it's not something super hard.
Yeah.
It's like a dirt clod, just you touch it, it goes into your hand.
So not
Same
like
thing.
actual crystal, but like crystallized salt.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, is it salt?
Try a little bit. It's sea salt.
Huh.
I'm actually gonna scrape off some of that.
All excited afterward.
I need that as a spell component. I was
do you
trying to
want me to
wonder
help
where the
you
hell I
get
was gonna get
some?
salt from. But problem solved.
Did DM plan this? Did I not? I don't know.
Phoenix is just scraping some off with her staff to help the arrow put it in a bag.
I just go, it's just like, y'all like salty food, don't you?
I don't think that's what he's using it for, but I'm just helping.
Thank you. I might actually need your abilities should I need to use this spell as well, Phoenix. The other component is soot.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to see
But
what
then-
happened when I lit the moonshine on fire, but I'm not real keen about doing that near trees.
But
Yeah,
we can
certainly.
set up once we get to camp. You could you could actually light a fire.
Yeah. Someone roll me a survival check just to see how well of a campsite we could find.
I'll try. I forgot what my survival is. Okay, not bad. Hold on. I was like, she should be good with survival, actually. Oh, she is. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, I think you find a nice clearing, something, a clearing far enough where a lot of the trees don't touch. There's sort of like these, long, very large, trees that sort of make a bit of covering, but enough where if you do make a campfire, the smoke can escape safely. You're able to secure a bit of a space here. There's still grass underneath your feet. Occasionally you find like blotches of dirt. It's still humid, but not, damaging to the plants just yet. Bunch of brush and bushes, but you're able to fully make a fire, campsite, the whole deal. Anything for the night as you start to prep?
I mean, I'll take first watch.
Oh, cool. You can help me with the fire spitting part.
What?
Do we have a specific destination we're going to?
At this
don't
point, I
think
think we're
so.
just
The
looking
cursed
for a bird.
The bird
you
and
were-
the cursed ground.
I can actually share with you. You were given a map from Joshua. There is a specific spot within the Handle Woods that looks like it's like burnt down a little bit. Like the trees never grow back. I don't have the thing. Well, regardless, you were given. What's up?
Sorry. Go on.
I would say you were given a map. So there is a path to follow. You can sort of get an assessment for where you are, on the map and sort of where you need to go.
So we're going towards the dirt place, and if we happen to find the white bird thing on the way,
Bonus.
to or back or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that makes as much sense as anything because we don't know specifically where the white winged thing lives. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, are these woods like how drastic is the temperature difference? Like is back in Outslock, is that like a cool temperature or was it also just kinda warm?
It was also pretty warm.
Okay.
This one, this feels like muddy, humid. Like you've gone to like the summer in the swamps.
Yeah.
Which, considering the fact that there's so much shade happening in a forest where a canopied area, it should be a lot cooler. But the fact that it almost feels like you're just standing out in the sun and sort of that heat is what is strange. And to just remind everyone, because it has been a while since we've discussed this dirt mission. About 40 years ago, or so, there was the old forward guard fought a red dragon here in the forest with the dragon's sort of a loyal guard and cultist type of situation. And the dragon was slain. Body was sort of taken. Like there was like some parts of the body taken, but a lot of the remains were here. And if everyone reads up into a red dragon, the remains can cause problems. And so it's definitely heated up the ground and heated up the forest for a bit. And so it's been kind of unsafe for lumberjacks to go into the forest to get necessary resources, at least further deep in which they want to.
And the forward guard never saw fit to deal with the consequences of their heroic deeds.
They cleared it as
let the lumberjacks suffer this radioactive waste forever.
Yeah,
and, that's no damage really for them.
That was. I think also, there's confirmation that it was the older forward guard. So who knows if that damage control thing was implemented back then?
I have
nothing retroactive.
Maybe
it might have been Obadiah's group.
Yeah.
We'll clean up their mess. It's no problem.
Yeah. We will proudly clean up their mess.
Hey, Phoenix, question. Did you just say you're learning how to fire breathe? Or spitfire? I was saying, I'm all like, you could ask the actual, circus performer to help you.
It's more like I need somebody to hold something, but yeah, no, I've been getting a little warmer lately, but it's fine.
Was the hair not enough?
That's genetically like that, Morse.
Okay, when you say warmer, what does that mean?
I think Phoenix flares out her veins a little bit, but it's instead of the orangey pretty glow it normally is, it's bright white instantly. Just learning how to control certain things, I think.
Okay. You could cause flame with hen, right?
Yeah, that I could innately do. The healing and the black flame is something I learned to focus with Obadiah. I never used to have that.
Well, what I can offer you is how to fire breathe without swallowing it, even though I don't know if that would affect you at all.
I just burn on the inside.
Well, that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah. I mean, I've seared a body wound closed before. It should be fine.
That's not ideal.
I mean, I've seen people attempt this trip and pretty much lose their vocal cords, so it's a thing you want to learn to avoid.
I would also recommend you talk to Diva about that. I can hold things. I can take a hit. I'm not good with tricks.
Diva, roll me.
I could recommend you just not do it at all.
No, it's a really cool trick.
Diva, roll me performance check with advantage.
That's a nat 20, so I don't think I'm gonna get higher than that.
Just a little sip. Either, torchlight or some sort of tinderbox. Or if you have your own produce flame ability, something where you can just have flame ready.
To be cheeky, I just tell her, light your flame, and I use her arm.
You
have it in my
grab
hand
underneath the palm. A beautiful display as it lights everything up. And you are busy showing this off. I would like everyone else to roll me a perception check.
Cool. And it's dark now, yeah?
It's dark, but yeah, it is dark.
Yeah. Perhaps lighting the forest on fire at night is probably not the best idea.
14.
14, 15.
I don't know if I like those rolls.
Nope.
Come on, Legati. Be smart. Be the smart one.
I got a 5.
He's intelligence. That's wisdom, dude. Is perception.
Legati, you see the fire and you're like, ooh.
We're ruining our night vision. Excellent.
I got a 19.
19.
There we go.
Phoenix and Morse, as it is a beautiful display, by the way. Natural 20. It is a perfect form. I think what it is, if we zoom out, is we see a long streak and then immediately starts to plume out this flame, and it is uniformed and collective, and it lasts for a little longer than you were expecting. Diva, it's oh, I haven't made it this perfect in a while. You know, it's been you're a little rusty. It's been a bit, but this is nice. Just
So in essence, Diva just became Charizard. Great.
yeah, full on
Great.
flamethrower consistency. Yeah, and I'll say if you want to attempt that again, like that could be a very useful ability in combat too.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna leave that to. I might hold that and just like if Phoenix wants and she learned, she could take that.
No, it's an amazing display for someone to learn it too. And that was the point. It's like you're like, watch this. And as the little encampment you have with a small little campfire, that's sort of just giving off a soft glow, this illuminates the entire circular amount of trees that are around you. And with Morse and Phoenix sort of watching the shadows and light across all of the trees here, two small, let me get the right description. Yeah, hold on. Of course I can't get it. No! This is a shame. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. All right, you see these small, maybe 1.5 foot long white doves, like dove-like birds, with these gleaming blue eyes, and instead of like just feet and then wingspan, you see the wingspan actually starts of where it almost like an impish like shoulders, and it has these elongated arms that just sort of crest upwards into its chest. As it's just sort of looking around, you see sort of a gray beak, and it immediately looks over to the flame. And as the fire goes larger, two of them fly further deeper into the woods.
Why do I feel like that was just a signal?
And that's gonna be where we end today's session.
Hey, we have a direction now.
Yeah.
They're probably flying back to Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for Trials of VinTear, episode 19. We'll see you guys when we turn 20. Yeah. Bye.